What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's Eddie with DIY Basics. Today I want to go over tile layout. It's super important to achieve a good looking layout when you're installing tile. That's what's going to separate the pros from the amateurs. Anyone can pretty much install tile, but what's going to separate the two jobs is how it lays out and how it looks when it's all said and done, making sure that everything looks symmetrical with the biggest size cuts possible on each end. So what we're looking to achieve when we install tile is to have the biggest size cut possible at the end of the runs. So an example would be a rookie might start in one corner with a full tile, set two tiles, and then he has a little piece left over, right? The rule of thumb is we want to at least have the cut be a half dimension of what we're working with or bigger. So in this case, we're working with about 8.5 inches. We want our cuts to be 4 inches or greater for it to look like it's symmetrical and the pieces aren't slivers. The idea is to eliminate slivers whenever we can. So in this case here, if we start at one wall and we just go to see what we need to finish up that cut, it winds up being about a 3-inch cut, which isn't gonna look very good at all. So ideally what you want to do is you want to break the opening up in half. In this case, we have a roughly 20 1/8 inch opening, right? So what we would do is we would place one piece on one side of the line, another piece on the other side of the line, and then when you get to your end, you see that you have a piece that's about 1.5 inches, right? So that obviously is not going to be a good looking cut, and we want it to be, like I mentioned, at least 4 inches or bigger. And the trick that's used in order to do that is what we call splitting the line. So when we talk about splitting the line, what we're doing is we're taking the tile that we're working with and we're making a mark at center. So as I mentioned, this tile was about 8.5 inches in length. So what we do is we make a mark at 4 1/4. We make a center line in our opening from wall to wall. These two tiles are just a simulation of, say it was coming up on each end wall here. So we go ahead and we line that tile up, center mark to center line, okay? Now what we have is we have a piece that's 5 3/4, which is well above that 4-inch threshold. So what we do when we split the line is we're in essence adding a half dimension to whatever our cut was. So if our half dimension was 4 1/4, you add that 4 1/4 to the 1.5 inches, right? And that's what gives you that 5 3/4 cut. And that looks very nice. So in the interest of time, I went ahead and cut these already. And when you put that in there, right, as you can see, right, now you have what looks like a very professional looking installation, and the pieces are much bigger than a half a tile, which gives it the appearance that they're almost a full tile, and that's what you were looking to achieve. So I just wanted to make this very short and sweet. Like I said, the idea is to split the tile or split the line. If you start on each side of the line, you have a sliver. By splitting that line, you increase that cut by half the dimension of the tile you're working with. And that makes all the difference in your install and your final look. All right, guys, I hope this helped. I'll see you on the next one. Thanks.